Okay, hey guys, I'm Bad Brad for Driving Fast and Taking Chances, a vision of our world-class social media guy, Eric Messer. He thought this would be a great idea. We're going to prove him right, not wrong. Something we've kind of been wanting to try for a while. We've been on a lot of podcasts. We've done a lot of podcast stuff, but now I guess it's our turn to give this thing a try. And we already had a challenge today from a friend who we've known for many years that we have to be better than another group that's in town. We were just actually having a conversation about that. Our production team's over here laughing right now. So hopefully it's going to be way better than that. Today's guest is the world-famous legend himself, Justin Cummings. This guy has absolutely no credentials of any kind. He gets to drive race cars all over the country, and we don't really know. People just like him, man. So, Justin, welcome to the show.
Thanks, buddy.
That was heartfelt right there, man. We're really glad to have you.
I've won a few races, just not in cars, go-karts.
So, you know, it's interesting. We talked about that the other day. I use you as an example on a regular basis for our buddy Claude Hagerty, easysponsorships.com, easysponsorships.com. Enter code VELFREE. You can watch a class for free. Justin is a great example of you don't have to win races to get sponsored. How many stock car races have you won?
None.
And your average finish, what's your average finish weekly, you'd say?
13th.
And your best finish is?
5th.
How many cars wrecked or fell out that night?
6.
So, yeah. So, Justin is a great guy, great human, killer sales guy, but probably not the best race car driver we know. Would you agree with that?
Oval stuff, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. How well would you say that your campaign is funded?
Well, I haven't even said what I'm doing next year, and I've already got more than last year, so I would say pretty good.
So that should be case in point, guys. You know, I got into a heated debate with, God rest his soul, one of my best friends growing up, Zach Brewer. Zach and I had a really heated debate that he really felt like sponsorship should only be based on your on-track performance, where you finish, how you do, where you run, what goes on, that kind of stuff. And I disagreed with that. I said, you know what? I think it's about a marketing partner, mutually beneficial relationship, making sure that the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and ultimately that sponsor's cash register ring. Earlier this year, for example, I needed a washer and dryer. We actually have a customer and actually a close friend who's sponsored by an appliance store. I didn't go to Lowe's. I didn't go to Home Depot. I walked in the door of that appliance store. I bought the best thing that they possibly had. I got it delivered, put up, the whole deal, told them where I came from, the whole deal. Over the next course of the 2 or 3 weeks, I've sent them 3 or 4 other customers. That's the way it's supposed to get done.
Let me guess, that was Wagner Appliance.
You are exactly right. It is Wagner Appliance in downtown Winston-Salem. Did a great job. Speed Queen, who knew? Free plug for you guys. Killer washer and dryer. Junior Snow, our driver there, did a great job with Wagner this year, and they've done a great job for him to be back. That's also one of the guys we led down Claude's path and actually helped kind of close that deal. So it's pretty interesting to see how that works. And Junior did finally get a win this year.
Absolutely. And the cool thing about Wagner, Wake that runs Wagner, he actually was on my kickball team. So we have Junior and I have him from the kickball team. So it's cool to know people that are helping other people. And then you're getting it. Junior's got a sponsor. We got a refrigerator from his, ours killed. So awesome. We got a brand new one the next day. They had it. We went and picked it up, ready to go.
Absolutely. So that's the thing. It's people helping people. It's not necessarily results driven. You think about a few things. Todd Bodine won the Craftsman Truck Championship the next year, didn't have a ride. That's not just happened to Todd. That's happened to a lot of guys. And right now we're experiencing that at Bowman Gray as well. We've got a couple of champions right now that may be out. They don't know what they're going to do next year. They don't know what their opportunities look like. Got the talent, got the ability to go, but they need those sponsorship dollars in order to make that happen. And honestly, without the money, nobody gets to go racing anymore.
And I'm not going to mention any names, but there's one of those that I talk to on a regular, probably every day. He relies on his credentials. He doesn't want to go get a sponsor. He doesn't care to go get a sponsor. He thinks they're going to knock his door down and be on his race car just because he wins a lot or he has the finishes. And some people do want to sponsor a winning race car, but most of them wants a return on investment. Like, what can you do for them? What do you do to give them money back? And some of them don't want money back. Some of them just like to help out people, and that's where I get lucky. I have a lot of cool people in my life that help me a bunch. So
we're having audio technical difficulties here, but we're good. So you're exactly right. So it really is ROAS. It's return on investment and advertising dollars spent. And the problem with that is most racers, not most racers, a lot of racers, the majority of racers don't understand that it needs to be a mutually beneficial relationship. If I'm putting some money in, I got to get some money out. Do your stuff, do your homework, do your research. Claude Hagerty's class. I didn't believe in Claude. I saw his stuff online, thought it was a scam, thought it was a joke. I was at East Bay for the last ever race. Last year, he had a thing that was like $27 or $37 to tune into an hour-long class. I've wasted more on a cheeseburger at some place I probably don't remember. You can always learn something. I've always been very lucky. I've always been very well funded. I've been able to drive business to my sponsors, but never done anything like that. Watched Claude's class, was blown away, signed up, did his mentorship program. I've led tons of other people down there. You guys see we endorse it all the time. It's not a joke. And it's not one of those deals that you got to pay him to go find sponsors and he gets a percentage if he finds. It doesn't work like that at all. He teaches you how to go find your own money, which is it. Those companies want a relationship with that driver. They don't want a relationship with a media buyer. They don't want a relationship with a marketing partner. They don't want a relationship with somebody that's going to go out there and find money, because that's really not it. They should be sponsoring the person finding the money. They want to have that relationship with Justin Cummings. And case in point, you're a friendly guy, you're a likable guy, you're a sportsman-like competitor, you don't cheat, you don't have bad stuff, you're a family man, you're a businessman, you do your stuff. People want to be affiliated with that, and honestly, that's absolutely who we want to sponsor and what we do.
And that means a lot coming from you, because you gave me a ride when I was a road course guy. I never even, and Bowman Gray's real big around here, but I just hated it. I'd never wanted to go. Everybody always going on Saturdays. They love it. They love the fighting, and I've gotten a lot of friends from that. And most of them are because of you and what you did with me in Austin. You put us in a car. And you love cars and you love race cars. We've had cars together. We've bought cars together. We've sold cars together. That's how we met at a Volkswagen deal, and had no intention of ever driving an oval stock car. If anything, I would have went broke buying a dirt car. But it worked out in the situation you put me in that I was like, this is a challenge. I've won at everything I've ever done. Like I've won everything, like cross country, everything that I've ever done, I've won a championship at too, which is kind of cool. Sports wise, everything that I've ever done, I've won a championship at. And so the racing deal on the oval is a challenge, because I used to be the guy in the stands. These things suck. Why would anybody race around the football field? They just come to fight. Nope. There's a lot of racecraft that goes into that. There's a lot of cheating as well, but a lot of the racecraft too. How to pass people, how to move someone without killing them like I did this year. I had a buddy that held me up the first race, and I was like, second race, if he's doing it again, I'm going to just ship him, and I did it a little too hard. So we made up.
It's like Ron White.
It was fun.
It's like Ron White. I didn't know how much front bumper it was going to take to move him, but I knew how much I was going to use, that kind of thing. Yeah, absolutely.
I went in about 4 cars deep.
You know, it looks easy. It looks easy from a stand. It's easy to be an armchair quarterback. I've always said I'd love to put together a car. We'll find an old late model stock car or whatever, 602 crate motor with a 1-barrel, 2-barrel with a restrictor plate. And here's the thing. You hear stuff like this. I've heard this before. In fact, it was an interesting conversation I had with a guy one night. He said, Tommy Neal sucks. Tommy Neal's won like 75 feature events, like 6 championships. I don't know how you suck and have that kind of win record anywhere. But I said, do you think that you could beat Tommy Neal? Absolutely, I could. I'd love to have this prepared stock car Saturday mornings. You know, it's $10 to practice or $5 cheap. Don't even have to have a NASCAR license. Show up over there. Here's the deal. Tommy gets 5 laps in the car, and you get 25 laps in the car. If any of your lap times are within 1 second of Tommy's lap time, you get to race the car that night. How many fans would actually get to race?
Not many. Jaden Cordell. But,
yeah, it would be pretty few and far between.
You always have. I'm an oddball because you put me in the car, but everybody else you've put in the car, as soon as they get in it, they're pretty up to speed. Texas Terror, that was pretty impressive this year too.
Yeah, Patrick, our buddy Patrick Daniel, man, PD came up, never been on pavement before a day in his life, and had some troubles and had a little brake failure there. Beat up a race car a little bit, got him in Brian Sykes' car for the feature that night. Was definitely on his way to a top 5, and had a little bump up in the infield. But man, top five deal from a pavement or from a dirt guy that's never run pavement. He has not said that he's dying to come back, but he wants to. But he had a great weekend. So he brought his wife and kids up. Man, got a chance. We got to hang out with him on the lake and go eat good food and just kind of see the area. And they got to tour all the NASCAR shops. And a lot of you guys that are out there listening in Racerland, It's funny, we go to Iowa every year for Super Nationals and the Prelude and the Harris Clash and a few others. And these guys were like, oh, man, you're in North Carolina. God, I'd love to come to North Carolina and race. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You live within a couple hundred miles of Des Moines. You get to race 5 and 6 days a week. We're lucky if we get to run 25 or 30 shows for the whole year. That's a month's worth of racing for y'all.
And we don't even get to practice.
I want to be in Des Moines. I don't want to be here. I want to be in Des Moines so I could race 5, 6 nights a year. But Patrick and his family came over from Texas. It was pretty cool to see. And we've had a few others that have come in and checked it out. I think Chad Weir's came this year. Weir's Machine came this year to actually see kind of what it was all about. So it's a different culture. It's a different environment. And in fact, I had a conversation today with Greg Garrison, 34-minute phone call about lots of things and some exciting changes and some cool stuff that's coming up. We talked a little bit about the Clash. And we're going to actually have Greg. Greg's actually committed to come on the show with us. So we're excited about that. He said
That's pretty neat.
Said he's not really a podcast guy, but we've had a 40-plus year relationship. He said, you know what? I would come over there and do that for you. So we'll have Greg Garrison on here pretty soon,
He gets a lot of hate, but there's nobody else that does the job that he does and can do it like he does it over there. And I don't really know him that good, but nobody else fills the stands at their tracks. And it's funny because I work in NASCAR, I work at VIR and these other racetracks, and I've been around every form of motorsports that you can think of. And Bowman Gray just has something that no other track in the country has. I was at the Prelude to the Dream a long time ago back at Tony Stewart's track, and Casey Kane happened to be there checking his MySpace on the computer. And my wife loves Casey Kane, so I went out there and got her a little point-and-shoot camera. I knew she was going to want – this is before cell phone photos. She was going to want a picture, but he actually sit there and talked to us for 30 minutes about
Driving Fast and Taking Chances is brought to you by our partners and sponsors at the Chili Bowl Nationals. You can check out more about the Chili Bowl Nationals on their website, chilibowl.com. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday tickets. They've actually set a group of those aside that will be for purchase online. First time ever, chilibowl.com. You can get all the information right there. Don't miss us. It's the 40th annual edition. We've been doing it in the same building for 40 years. We'll see you guys at the Chili Bowl Nationals. This episode brought to you in part by JeffHillTrailerSales.com. If you're looking for a new trailer, stacker, whatever it may be, Jeff Hill's your guy. He's our buddy and a great guy to deal with. Check him out, JeffHillTrailerSales.com. Funny, Casey Kane, the very first year that we did the Chili Bowl, we had just introduced the Receiver in dirt racing. Receiver originally started by a guy named Ken Perkle, and they were red. And I met Ken at the RPM Promoters Workshop, and I think that year we were still in Daytona, and he was trying to sell them as a one-channel, fan device. So if you wanted to listen to Dale Jr., Terry Labonte, or whoever, Terry was still racing then, you wanted to listen. It was like a one-channel, listen to your favorite driver. I started looking at that thing, and at the time, Richard was the president of INEX, Legends Cars, and I was like, dude, we could use these things for race control. I didn't really say that to him. Went over to Orlando Speedway, we did a test. The rest is history. We put receivers in race cars 20-some years ago, but Lanny and Emmett, Lanny Edwards, for you guys that know him, God rest his soul, and Emmett Hahn, who's still king of the Chili Bowl. They came over to me. We were at RPM in Reno, and they said, how much would you charge us to come to the Chili Bowl and rent them little one-way radios? Because I had them there in the show, and I was selling them. And I was like, let me make sure I understand. You want me to come to your event, rent the device, and you're going to pay me to come? Yep, that's what we're going to do. So we kind of worked out a deal, went to the Chili Bowl. Golly, I guess we got our 20th anniversary award last year. So 20-some years ago, and we went out there and put that device kind of to the test and kind of this, that, and the other. But it's crazy. You look at that event, you look at Bowman Gray, you look at some of these venues, there's just a buzz, there's an aura, there's something different about these things that's going on that's not going on everywhere else. We've got other historic tracks. I mean,
Hickory.
But look at the crowd.
Yeah.
Look at the crowd, man. And here's the thing. Kevin's a great promoter, smart guy. They got a solid rules package. I mean, some of the races this year, they had 6 late model stock cars. We've seen some of that stuff just not going well, and it's always interesting to find out. We hope to have Jeff Friedman, the Hoosier Tire Distributor, here on the show here in the next couple of weeks. It's interesting to see. I mean, what's causing that decline? What's there? But we're not experiencing that at Bowman Gray, man. We got full car counts. we've had some hiccups with the engine package, the tire package, this, that, and the other. But we're seeing some of these other things that are happening that are driving stuff away. But year after year after year, Bowman Gray succeeds.
And the one thing about that is crazy because every year the same people, we're quitting, we ain't coming back. They changed this, we're not coming back. Ever coming back. And then next year, they're the first ones at the track ready to go. Absolutely. And it's kind of crazy to me with all the little quirks and the cheating and the weird stuff that goes on at Bowman Gray, we still go over there, we still spend our money knowing that it's happening. We still have fun. We still race every week.
I think that's the problem, Justin, is we lose the vision that automobile racing is supposed to be fun. Mm-hmm. While all of us take it serious and we spend money, we spend our time, we spend our resources, this, that, and the other, all of us really got in this to have fun. And so many guys have lost the vision that they are no longer racing for fun. It has become a job. It's become a chore. It's become this, that, and the other. It's all fun when we're winning, but it needs to be fun when you're finishing 10th. Yeah. It needs to be fun the week that you didn't make the show. It needs to be fun the week that you blew up. It always needs to be fun because here's the thing. I've raced for a very long time, man. You know, Bert Myers is a really good friend of ours, comes down on a regular basis. I mean, how many birthday parties has Bert missed because he raced?
A lot.
How many anniversaries has Bert missed because he raced? You know, how many milestones and family and Christmas things and this, that, and the other have all of these drivers sacrificed to go chase the thing that they love? I think sometimes they lose vision. It's supposed to be fun, and for some guys, it's not always fun.
And you talk about my finishes, and I think people are going to see a different me this year because this is the first year I've ever been like, I'm going to run for points. I'm going over there to not make any friends. I'm going to race, and I'm going to win a race this year. If I don't, I'll be disappointed, but this is going on my 4th year. I missed a year because my father died and my mother, but I didn't take it serious, and I haven't been there putting the shop time. Like, that's where races are won. I depended on other people to get my car ready, those things. At the end of the season last year, I put another person in my car, and I can see what my car can do. So I'm definitely going to be more dedicated and more aggressive.
Justin even let me drive his car one Saturday morning. It was awesome. That is the easiest driving race car I've ever been in my life. Your steering wheel feels like Cheech and Chong up in smoke. That is the smallest steering wheel. I felt like I was on a PS5. It was tiny, but
the funny thing about that, your steering wheel is 1 inch smaller than mine.
It don't feel like it, man.
It don't.
That little thing felt like, I felt like my knuckles were hitting each other in the car. It's crazy.
It's where it's a flat bottom. It just feels different. But
well, I'm a flat bottom. I feel different too.
I appreciate you saying that, though. I put my whole life savings in that car, and cool history of the car, Billy Gregg's car. I mean, couldn't have got a better car to start with in the street stock or sportsman division with that car, and I literally just made it like I wanted it. And for someone with your experience and the other people that drove the car that tell me what they told me, this is down on motor all year too, for sure, and it finally expired. But when we put your motor in there, it was a different car. So just really good to have that feedback, and I wasn't far off from the guys that drove it, so just got a lot to build on and some momentum for next season. And I may have some cool opportunities coming in some other worlds too that I'm excited about.
Yeah, we went to Star Speedway for the Classic a few weeks ago. We're in Epping, New Hampshire at Sta. I don't know what happens to the second R up there. The Lobster is way better though. But Justin and I were up there for 4 or 5 days. We had a really good time. He just goes over and talks to this guy, Josh, about his race car, this, that, and the other. Next thing I know, Justin's walking back to the guy's car with his suit on and his helmet. I said, what are you doing? He's going to let me make some laps in his car. I tried to warn the guy. I'm like, you have no idea who's fixing to drive your car. But it's pretty cool, man. You got a chance to jump in this guy's car. We never met this guy. At the time, he wasn't even a customer.
He's not even a customer until now.
Yeah, he's a customer now. We made friends with him. But, yeah, Justin went over and dropped in the car. And I'm sitting here thinking, man, I've been racing 3 times longer than Justin. I've won a bunch of championships, a bunch of features, the whole deal. He didn't ask me to drive nothing, but he asked my buddy Justin to drive. So it was pretty cool to see, man. And Justin was really only a couple tenths off this guy at the end of the day.
And the funny thing about the guy, he's literally just like me, but up there, they were making fun of him about me being faster than him. They're like, he's going to get in the car and go a tenth faster than you and stuff like that. But super nice guy. And I found out after getting to know him, after getting out of the car, he's a lot like me. He does it just he does it. He's not done. He don't have that killer instinct like you do. You know, there's drivers that just they have that the blood in the water shark mentality. Just don't have it. Just like the fish in Dory or whatever, just out here in La La Land, just having fun. You know, we're doing it for fun. We don't. me and him, we're just the same. Like we have fun with it.
I
So
tease Justin all the time. I tell him to build a vintage car or a dragster. They don't wreck, get torn up. You got stuff you can wax and polish all the time. He says he don't want to do that. So
no, so the plan after Bowman Gray, which I'm definitely doing next season, the plan is to build a vintage stock car and run it at VIR and other places. That's becoming a pretty good deal. Joe Nemechek has put a lot of effort into that, and he builds some wicked fast
you will
stuff.
never out-qualify him.
No,
Front row Joe, man.
he's still killing them in that division, but I definitely would be way down on horsepower, and they're still running stock car, the old 900 horsepower Hemi motors, and they got some cool stuff. I don't know if y'all have ever checked it out, but they run with
That's a HCSRA thing?
yeah, the SVRA is the series, and then they have that historic deal, but they're doing some oval stuff.
We have a customer who's into that, Ronnie Humphrey.
Absolutely.
Piranha Tire. Ronnie's out of Louisiana, great guy, loves Jesus, good family man, great racer too. Known Ronnie for a long time. I know this last year we did the Bojangles suit for him.
Yeah.
He did the Bojangles car, but he's got a couple of those deal too.
Yep.
Pretty cool to see. And then right down the road here, Jack Finch in Thomasville has got a garage full of those things. Jack's been involved in that deal for a long time. Looks like it'd be a lot of fun.
So one of my favorite sponsors, the Apex Race Lab, he has in his showroom 1999 Rusty Wallace Daytona car. And the funny thing about it is he's a little shorter than me and a little bigger, but the seat fits me perfect. So hopefully he's going to let me give it a shot and drive that thing first. So
That'd be super cool.
if he does, that's Rusty was my favorite by far back then. I wish it was Midnight, but that car is in a museum, so we're not going to get our hands on that. But just cool to have the same seat that he had in 1999. It fits me perfect because he's 10 pounds lighter than me, but same size. So it's really cool to sit in the car, and this was one of your heroes growing up, his stock car, and you're sitting in it. So it's a cool deal. He does a lot for me, and he's a really good friend too. He was there for me through all of the loss that I had. He's just stepped up and helped my program tremendous, and the ALS guys, like, they're incredible. They're just such a good organization to help out. So those are the sponsors that just, I'd give them the shirt off my back. They make it happen. So without them, I can't do it. So
Right on. Well, it takes those sponsor dollars to make it happen for sure, man. And we appreciate you being a sport here at Velocita. We have a lot of fun with our videos. And the thing is a lot of you guys think that stuff is staged. Man, it really is that crazy here most days. So we do have a lot of fun. Our social media guy, Eric, he does come up with some great ideas. My daughter, Kenny, comes up with a lot of really good stuff too. Justin and I come up with crazy things. So it really is a pretty happy family, and we all kind of work together. We're here every day doing our thing, man, being crazy. We're always here to talk to you about your safety program, whether it's our stuff or not. We are, tailors, so if you got problems, we can help you out. If you just want to talk about your safety program, need something looked at, inspected, or whatever, our thing is we're all in the life-saving business, man. It doesn't matter what brand you're wearing, just make sure that you're safe. If you ever see us at a track and you got a question, see Justin, see me, any of my guys walking around, we're always happy to come over and check out your car, help you with your head and neck restraint, whatever it may be. A little bit of a sales plug there, but that's what we do, and that's how we pay for the things that we do, and we love to do it. So, Justin, thanks for your time today on the Driving Fast and Taking Chances show, our initial podcast, man. We got some cool guests coming up. We got a lot of fun. We got Bobby Kohler in the hopper. His boys we're looking forward to having them on here. If the stars and the moon align like they're supposed to, we'll have Bobby Pierce on. We got Ryan Gustin, Todd Cooney coming up. Just talked to Matt Janzik. Matt's looking at flying down. He's a pilot now. He's looking at flying down. Hope to get Rusty Schlink on. We got a bunch of them that are coming up. So, man, should be a lot of fun. And we'll get these things posted.
If you get Rusty, you got to bring Danny, though. She runs that. She runs that team.
Without a doubt. We'll probably have to Zoom them because they're like 93 weeks behind on building race cars. They're nonstop. Plus, they're trying to move back to Michigan, building the barn dough. So
I got it. Yeah.
Nonetheless, guys, check us out. If you want to check out more about Velocita, velocita-usa.com. We're right here in the shop, 336-764-8502. Come by. Man, we're approachable. We're meetable. Come by and see us anytime. You guys have a great week.